Hello everybody, I've gathered all the latest Barcelona news and I'm ready to share it with you. Let's go. Lamine Yamal wants to become the king of football. I'll start the news roundup with an article by Mundo Deportivo journalist Roger Torello. Lamine Yamal, the prince who already wants to be king. The most interesting part in this, Lamine Yamal wants to be the player who rules the world of football. This season, he has taken the number 10 shirt and set new goals to score more and take free kicks and penalties. In the decisive race for the Ballon d'Or, voting closes on August 25th. Yamal wants to shine even brighter in order to lift the trophy in Paris on September 22nd. Having just turned 18, Lamine Yamal showed his huge personality by not being afraid of carrying Barca's iconic number 10. On Mallorca's pitch, he showed he wants to be the leader of the team. First, he assisted Raphinha to open the scoring, then he was involved in the controversial play that ended with Ferran Torres' wonder goal. And finally, he had the last word, responding to an earlier clash with Salah. Just like Messi used to do with Barca's number 10, Lamine West passed 3 opponents, cut inside from the right wing, and curled the ball into the top corner, sealing a 3-0 win with a fantastic goal. Again, just like preseason in Seoul, Lamine celebrated with a crown gesture after scoring. Just like legendary LeBron James of the Lakers. For LeBron, it symbolizes his nickname King James and his dominance on the basketball court. That's exactly what Lamine is aiming for, to become the king of football. While the Ballon d'Or countdown underway, Yamal doesn't want to miss a single chance to shine. The consensus about his class and limitless potential keeps growing. Countless stars of the past and present have already bowed to his talent. Messi, Neymar, Rio Ferdinand, Capello. The last was former Real Madrid player Steve McManaman, who commented live during the Mallorca game. Sometimes he frustrates opponents with his enormous talent. But what a player we have here. It's a joy to come and watch him. Today, the prince already wants to be king. Roger Torello wrote, Neymar's worst defeat of his career. The worst night in the career of Neymar, ex-Barcelona star and idol of Lamine Yamal. The 33-year-old forward lived in a nightmare with Santos. In a match against Vasco da Gama, Neymar's team lost 0-6, the biggest defeat of his career. Interestingly, another ex-Barca player, Coutinho, scored twice in that game. After the final whistle, a devastated Neymar couldn't hide his emotions and called what happened shit and a shame. He added, I'm completely disappointed. The fans have every right to criticize us and even insult us. It's a huge shame. This has never happened to me before. Following the loss, Santos dropped to 15th place and now risks falling into the relegation zone. Just minutes after the game, the club officially announced the dismissal of head coach Kleber Xavier. The club is in crisis and Neymar himself is under heavy criticism. Barcelona offered Pavar. Right now, the squad is practically complete. Big surprises? Unlikely. But as always with Barca, anything is possible. Agents continue to offer players who could strengthen the team, and one of those names is Benjamin Pavar, according to Sport as journalist Luis Miguel Sanz. Yes, the same French World Cup champion, a versatile defender who can play both at centre-back and right-back. Hansi Flick knows him well from Bayern, and here's the key. Pavar is about to leave Inter. There was interest from Saudi Arabia. Niam made him a massive offer, but he refused. He wants to stay in Europe at the top level and play in the Champions League. And the most interesting part here is that Pavar is represented by Pini Zahavi, the same agent who represents Lewandowski and Flick himself. Just a few days ago, Zahavi met with Laporte in Barcelona. Pavar's name is on the table. But Barca is currently focused on something else. First, they need to register Szczęsny, Gerard Martin, Bernal, and Bargi. Only after that can new signings be considered. And honestly, money and salary cap space are almost gone. Deco even suggested the idea of signing a young centre-back from the academy to avoid registration issues. After Inigo Martinez's departure to Saudi Arabia, the team left with just Araujo, Kubarsi, and Christensen in central defense, Eric and Koundé as backups. Not many options left. Flick, of course, wouldn't mind another defender, because Inigo added calmness and experience, and now mostly young players remain. Flick blocks youngsters from traveling to Brazil. Barça has a unique opportunity ahead. On August 23rd, our boys will play in the International Cup at the legendary Maracanã. Juliano Balletti's team, winners of the UEFA Youth League, will face Flamengo, winners of the U20 Copa Libertadores. This is one of the very few trophies missing from Barca's cabinet. And while Balletti's squad looks somewhat improvised, the players are flying to Rio with huge enthusiasm. But there is a catch. The match coincides with Levante Barça. So there was no chance Cubarsí, Lamine, Actrefort or Bernal would fly to Brazil. They are untouchable in the first team. There were discussions about Pedro Fernandes, Guille Fernandes and Jofre Torrens, all of whom are currently training with Flick's squad. But a few days ago, Flick blocked the idea. The reason? Unresolved registration issues. Szczęsny and Marc Bernal, Bargy and Gerard Martin are still pending. Flick doesn't want to lose these players for a week as they are already contributing to the first team. By the way, Jofre and Pedro played for the youth team last season and helped with the UEFA Youth League, which earned the right to play this International Cup. Tony and Guille were focused on the reserves back then. The motivation is sky high because this is a chance to win a trophy the club has never had before. Final before return to Spotify Camp Nou. Barcelona is expected to receive today the certificate of completion for the Spotify Camp Nou renovation. This would allow a partial reopening of the stadium in La Liga's fourth round against Valencia in about a month. 27,000 fans will be able to enter, seated in the south stand and the main stand. After receiving the CFO, the city council must issue the occupancy license. And by the end of August, both La Liga and UEFA inspectors are expected to visit the stadium. But deadlines are very tight. Barca plans to play at home with fans on September 13th, 14th. And if the first Champions League match is at home, September 16th, 17th, the stadium must be ready. UEFA doesn't allow switching stadiums mid-group stage. There is also an alternative plan, Montjuic, but Barca is confident the return to Camp Nou will be on time. Flick's anger at Barca players. Imagine this, Barca beats Mallorca 3-0, but instead of joy, Hansi Flick is furious. The German coach came to Barcelona with a clear idea. The squad can win everything. He saw the potential, added physicality, demanded maximum intensity. First season proved it. Barca became hungry for trophies again. But against Mallorca, Flick saw what he won't tolerate: lack of focus and complacency. The team played the second half at half speed, allowing a 9-man opponent to create chances. This made Flick furious. He stated clearly, "We won't go far like this. In Europe, with this attitude, we'll be destroyed." The key point: Flick remembers his Bayern experience after the sextuple. The team lost hunger, had contract issues, and ended up with only Bundesliga, failing in other competitions, and disappointing in the Champions League. Flick, exhausted, announced he wouldn't complete his contract and left. He doesn't want to repeat at Barca, so either the players step up or he'll make changes. And yes, at Bayern he also clashed with the sporting board. At Barca, the relationship is smoother, though he is openly frustrated about registration issues. He doesn't understand why this hasn't been resolved yet, as it creates tension in the squad. He trusts the club, but wishes things were handled differently. Same with preseason. Flick didn't like the Asian tour at all. The near cancellation of the first match, poor facilities, endless travel. He was very angry and told Deco directly. Deco even had to fly out to calm things down. Now Flick only cares about what he can control. He hasn't asked for new signings. He is ready to use academy players if needed, but he demands commitment. Against Mallorca, he warned the players they weren't on the right path. There is still time to change mentally and go all in, because this project, if run at 100%, is built to win everything. And Flick knows it. He won't let it slip away. Barca is living through crazy, busy days. News is dropping non-stop, and we are here to break it down for you. But if you want all Barca news right now in your phone, check out the Barcelona Live app. With just a few clicks, you'll have full match stats, transfer updates, player quotes, and the feeling of being inside the club. Link is in the description below. Now it's your turn. What do you think about Flick's anger after the 3-0 win? Write your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.